So today we're doing a ranking video on ghost villages today, because obviously for me right now I'm feeling a bit, under delivered today, so I'm not really feeling too good still. But obviously for you guys, I know we're getting close to like 50 subscribers right now, so I'm thinking if I keep going I might get to 50 and then we can do something fun than doing ranking videos constantly, because obviously for this month I've had a few ranking videos that I would have planned and that stuff, so if I accidentally do too many of them, then it's going to get too much, isn't it? But obviously I'll probably try and get my Iron Tour video coming out this weekend, because at the end of the day I've not even posted that one yet, and obviously you guys have been waiting, haven't you, for it? So once I get that posted, then you guys can watch it Saturday or Sunday, this April, because it's getting close to April, isn't it? So who knows, let's get into the video, shall we? So our first villager is Billy, who's a jock villager. Well, I have seen him once, but I did do a Happy Home Paradise house from him once, but I'm trying to think when I sort of done that, but it might be around November time, maybe beginning of November, because that's when the 2.0 update sort of came around, so it could be around that time, but it's not really for certain really. But I'm not sure what to give him, because I like how he sort of looks. He looks quite chilled out, he looks quite wise, and you know what I mean? He's a sort of goat that you're more likely after for the most of it, don't you, when it comes to looking for villages that you can have on your irons. But what should I give him? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what to give him, to be honest. It's going to be quite a hard one to me to think about, but if I'm thinking quite straight, I'm thinking I should give him around maybe a 6 out of 10, because his design's not off-putting, but I know he's not the most overrated village that you can think of, but for me, I think 6 out of 10 would just suit him a little bit better, even though it's quite disappointing, because I wouldn't want to give him a 6 out of 10 for no reasons at all, but I had to give him a 6 out of 10 today, so never mind, I found my best. But let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Sheva, who's a Norwegian. Well, the thing is, I did have her as a campsite villager for a while, but obviously that was actually around a few weeks, so I'm trying to think, it was a few weeks ago that I actually encountered Sheva. But I did also get pashmina the week before Sheva came up, so there was 2 goat villagers at Sunflower at the time when that happened. But honestly, I don't know what I'm going to give her, to be honest, because her design's very unique, and she's definitely a lovely goat that you would definitely want on your islands. But she also has a very elegant house interior that you might be interested in, so I recommend that, to be honest. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what I'm gonna probably give her, but it might be maybe an 8 out of 10, because the design's very fitting. It's very elegant. And also she's quite cute, isn't she? So that's what I mean by that, really. So let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Gruffy, who's a cranky villager. Well, the thing is, I don't know what is the point with breeding goats these days, but I have not yet encountered him yet, so who knows what happens with Gruff. If I do encounter again when it comes to doing seeing him as a campsite villager on either my 2 islands, then he's definitely not coming, because it's just his design that is very appalling, because he looks a bit, greenish, plus he doesn't actually deserve to actually be on my island if he looks like that. And he might have bad temper because he's a cranky, isn't he? So it all leads up to one conclusion. What am I going to give him? Well, to be honest, it has to be maybe a 1 out of 10, because it's the design that makes me feel yeah, he's dangerous. I can't have him on my island if he looks like that. And plus, sometimes when you got a few green villagers, you don't know what you're going to do with them. Sometimes when you got green villagers, you just feel do we want to accept him, or should we not accept him? Well, he's also underrated as well, so maybe that's what's putting me off of getting Gruff on my island, but who knows about that. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Kid, who's a smell villager. Well, the thing is, I've got to tell you, I do have him on my island, and he is causing a lot of trouble, and you know what I mean?
He's a little bit of a bad influence on Sunflower these days, so that's why I'm trying to get him off the island now. But obviously, if it comes to you guys, you might be more fans of Kid than I am. So if you guys want to, like, probably like aim high, if you guys are looking for like maybe around S tier or anything else, or even higher than maybe like a 10 out of 10 if you do like him, then please go for it, because I'm not sure what I'm going to give Kid, because it's kind of hard at the moment. He looks innocent, really, but is he innocent when he's a bit of a bad influence on my island? Well, I've no idea. But obviously, please disagree with me if it comes to your opinions, because I wouldn't mind if you guys went high for him. But if you guys agree with me, then go low. But I don't know what I'm going to give him. It's kind of a hard one, because it's the way he has been behaving on my island that makes me come to this conclusion, which is probably going to be... To be honest, it might have to be maybe around a 7 out of 10. Well, I was thinking maybe lower than a 7, but it didn't happen, sadly. But at the end of the day, I would have given him something higher, but the way he's been acting at me, I think I should have given him something lower, but 7 out of 10 is not that bad. But in his book, it might be bad, but who knows? Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next video is Nan, who's a Norwich. Well, I know for sure she's definitely a fan favourite by all the fans who like her at the moment, because obviously I've heard a few times that I've seen her on villager hunts when I'm watching live streams, for example, and all that stuff. That Nan here is actually a fan favourite for once. I didn't know that she was, but at least I found out about her go through all the YouTube stuff to find out if she's actually popular. But I think she might be, but it's not for certain. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna give her though. That's the bit of a problem. But her designs okay, but I know she's got the same sort of elegant house as Sheva, but maybe they're both sisters. Maybe we've not done more research on Nan and Sheva, because they both might be related, so that's something at least. But what am I gonna give her? Well, to be honest, I'm still thinking to myself, should I give her a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10? Well, to be honest, I don't want to go 10 out of 10, but 9 out of 10 might be the option right now, because the design looks spotless, and it just really gives me off the vibes that I feel yeah, I think Nan deserves more, even though she might not be overrated, but I'm thinking she needs more love in the whole Animal Crossing community, doesn't she? So that's why I'm thinking about that, So our next villager of today is Pashmina, who's a sister villager. Well, previously, I might say that I did have a campsite villager on Sunflower who was, Pashmina for real, and I was not expecting it at first. And it just sort of occurred to me that luckily I mentioned that when we were talking about Sheva, maybe a few minutes ago, or maybe 2 minutes ago, but it seemed like it was a few minutes ago, wasn't it, to be honest? But to me, because she's the only sisterly villager in this group of goats, I'm not sure what I should rank her. Well, there's been a few things about Pashmina. Obviously, Kira doesn't like Pashmina because she ends up getting really angry, and she can't control herself, and she gets herself into so much arguments. But sometimes other people like Pashmina, but some don't. So it's a mixed opinion on her. But me, I don't mind her that much. She's not a big threat to me or anything. But her design's low key, so I quite like that. So that's why I'm giving her a 9 out of 10. But at least I gave her a 9 out of 10. But I'm thinking to myself, which one should I give her a 10 out of 10 to? Spot to. That's what I mean, really. Let's get to the next one, shall we? So our next villager is Sherb, who's a lazy villager. Well, for me, I sort of think that Sherb's everyone's favourite. So if you guys do want to go high, then go 10 out of 10 tops, because he's the only adorable goat there is, isn't there? Because I can't believe it. Even when I was looking at Wikipedia today, I was thinking to myself, why there aren't any Pebbies in the series? Well, maybe it's because they aren't popular in the goat sort of series, because there's only 8 of them, to be honest. I'm just trying to sort of limit it to 8, but it seems like there's 8 of them. So I was thinking, why is there 8 of them? That's a bit appalling, isn't it? But I don't know why. But Obviously, for Sherb's sake, I would give him a 10 out of 10 myself, but I know he's not really one of my favourite like goats of all time and that stuff, so that's why I'm sort of saying to myself, if it does happen to me that it doesn't go to like, plan when I'm thinking about like, 10 out of 10s, then I might accidentally like, serve him one, but never mind. By the way, who's our next one? I can't wait to find out for myself, really. So our last villager of the day is Velma, who's a snake villager. But the problem is, I don't think everyone likes Velma, but even though she might be like, somehow related to Scooby-Doo because of her design a little bit, but honestly for me, I don't know what I'm going to give her, but it's going to be definitely a low for her as well, because I know Gruff, he deserved that low because the way he sort of looked, to be honest. So Velma deserves the same. She's going to get like probably a 2 out of 10 from me because her designs, well, it's okay-ish, but again, no one likes Velma for some reason, and I don't get it. It's like there's a lot of like stuff around her that they're thinking there. We were expecting her to look somewhere else, or maybe she should have looked a bit better, but the design might not fit her that well. Maybe that's why they didn't go for her in the first place. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation around her, to be honest, so I don't know this. I can't believe it, that I actually had to rank 8 goat villages today by myself, to be honest, but sometimes it happens, doesn't it? Normally you get like a small species to rank and it's just simple, isn't it? You can just literally get it done, dusted straight away, which is what I mean. Sometimes other species like, or the Animal Crossing villages, there's so many different ones, you get lots of like ones with more villages in, like maybe like more than 20 sometimes, so you don't know really, do you? But that's what I mean, sometimes that happens, so that's what I mean by that, really. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're new to my channel and you want to see more of my content, please subscribe, because it's a variety of content you might enjoy, which might involve Animal Crossing content or Miitopia content. It depends what you really enjoy, really, if you guys really want to see more of that sort of content, because I've got a few playlists that you can always watch if you subscribe to my channel, because there's a variety of content that you probably enjoy, and probably types of videos that you might enjoy, so it sort of depends, really. And also turn notifications for further Animal Crossing Miitopia content from me. As I say, it's bye from your Animal Crossing, and I'll see you in the next one, so bye!